Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Teacher David here again. Today what we're going to talk about is geography. Many schools don't put much emphasis on teaching geography, and especially not some English words. So come and join us. Let's look at some geography terms. So first of all, we're going to talk about the land that we stand on. Not the water, the land that we stand on. These giant areas of land are called continents, and there are 7 different continents. Here they are here. So we have Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Oceania, and Antarctica. But did you know that Antarctica, that's the one that's right at the very bottom of our planet, is the only continent that nobody can visit? Well, I say nobody can visit. It has a population of 0, but there are always some people there, and these are scientists working for different governments around the world. But to be able to go to Antarctica, you either have to be a very good scientist or just sneak on with a boat. Please don't do that. You'll get yourself in a lot of trouble, okay? So, continents. 7 continents. What continent do you live on? Drop it in the comment box down below. Okay, so moving on from the land that we stand on to the waters that we swim in or that we get our seafood from. Now there are 5 different oceans around the world. Now remember, 7 continents, but 5 oceans. Here's a map of the different oceans and where they are. So we have the Atlantic Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the one that everyone forgets, right at the bottom, surrounding Antarctica, is the Southern Ocean. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about the equator. Now the equator is this line that runs around the center of the Earth. Now unlike this globe, which is spherical, it is round, the Earth kind of bulges at the equator, which is why places around the equator tend to be a little bit warmer. Now we're separated into 2 halves. We have the northern hemisphere and we have the southern hemisphere. Now a lot of people think that when you flush a toilet in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere, the water goes different ways. That's not technically true. For toilets and sinks, it depends on the pressure, the flow, and the equipment that you're using. But for many of the oceans that we've already talked about in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, they can have different flow directions, and this is due to what is called the Coriolis effect. Okay? So I'll put this down for a second. What we can see here is the line on the map of the equator, and it shows all of the different countries that it goes through. Now, for the 7 continents, 4 of them go through, the equator goes through 4 of them, with the exception of North America, Europe, and Oceania. Okay, let's move on to countries. How many countries do you think there are in the world? You could be here all day talking about the countries that you know, and you still wouldn't know them all. There are 195 different countries. That's a lot. How many do you know? Not even I knew all of them. And there are many that you will never visit. There are many that you can visit for different reasons. Now, when we talk about the UN, the United Nations, they have 193 member countries. So not all of the countries are in the United Nations. 2 of them have observer status, but 2 of them are not in the United Nations. What are they? That's right, Taiwan and Kosovo. So some countries are huge, but some countries are very small. When you look at the size of the country by population or by geographical area, 2 of the smallest countries could be Vatican City. That contains the Pope. That's where the Pope lives, Vatican City, which is inside the city of Rome. It's a city inside a city. And another city is Monaco. Yes, if you're a big Formula 1 fan, Monaco is one of the circuits, the Monaco Grand Prix. Lots of wealth there, lots of boats, lots of really nice cars. So we've went from continents to countries. Now we're going to go to capital cities. For example, Bangkok City is the capital of Thailand. So a capital city is the main city within a country. It usually deals with the laws, it deals with the finances, all of these different things. But some countries have 2 or 3 different capital cities. Bolivia in South America has 2 capital cities. It has La Paz, which is the one everyone thinks of, and it has Sucre. Okay? So one of these deals with legislation, laws, one of them deals with finance and running the country. But what is the capital of South Africa? How many capital cities does South Africa have? 3. Pretoria, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein. It doesn't look the way it sounds, but I did look it up. It is Bloemfontein. So, do you live in a capital city? How many capital cities have you visited? Which capital city would you like to visit? Which capital city would you love to live in? Drop it in the comments down below. Tell me all about your capital city. One place where there are no capital cities, where is that? Let me give you a clue. Some of the driest places on earth. That's correct. Deserts. Desert. What's the difference between desert and desert? Well, a desert is a dry, barren, uninhabitable land, and it's 1S. Dessert, tasty sweets, ice cream, brownies. Ooh, getting hungry. But how do you remember the difference between 1S for desert, dry, barren land, or 2 S's for a tasty dessert? I have a little tip for you. Just think about it. 2 S's in dessert, the snack, and just think, I can eat 2 cakes. Well, probably more than 2, but you get the idea. Always remember that. I can eat 2 cakes, and that is the dessert, okay? So how many deserts are there? There are about 33 different deserts around the world. The most commonly known is the Sahara Desert, which takes up much of North Africa. We can see a picture of it here. But it is very large, but it is not the biggest. The biggest desert is, it's a continent you can't go to, Antarctica. Now, for all we know, Antarctica doesn't have sand. It has miles of ice. There might be sand underneath, but scientists don't know. But it isn't hot, it's very cold, and there are no sand. But the definition of a desert is this. So it's a large barren area where no vegetation grows. And that is the Antarctic. So the Antarctic is the biggest area in the world that is classified as a desert. Interesting fact for today. Okay, so we went from continents to countries to capital cities. Now let's look at the people. There are about 8 billion people on this planet. That's a lot to count. That's a very big number. But where do they all live? Okay? So let's look at continents first. Now, by size and the number of people, Asia is number 1 with about 4.8 billion people, followed by Africa with 1.5 billion people, and then Europe with 746 million people. North America has about 579 million, South America 420 million, Oceania 41 million. To put that in perspective for Oceania with its 41 million, the population of Thailand is about 71 million. So there are more people in Thailand than in the whole of Oceania. Most of Oceania is Australia, and most of Australia is empty land. But it's full of lots of dangerous animals that can kill you very quickly and painfully. Okay? So, Antarctica, 0 people, apart from a small group of scientists that we've talked about already. So let's go from continents down to countries. The country with the largest population isn't China, it used to be. China has moved into second place. The number 1 country with the highest population is India. Now it has about 1.428 billion people compared to China that is 1.425 billion people. Now that's a lot of people. To put it into perspective, one of the largest countries, the United States of America, has 347 million people. England only has 47.7 million people. But like I said, in Thailand, just over 71 million people. So, which country has the smallest population? Vatican City. Vatican City has about 800 people. A lot of that are the guards that guard the Pope, the security surrounding the city, because there are a lot of cities there as well, okay? So which of these cities around the world is the safest? Which is the most dangerous? Well, according to some of my Googling that I have been doing, some of the safest places in the world, Iceland. It has a low crime rate, it has a stable government, and it has a high level of security. So if you want to live somewhere and feel safe all the time, move to Iceland. Maybe not if you don't like long, dark, wintry nights and lots of cold. Another safe country is Thailand. Thailand is very safe, especially for foreigners, and this is why I chose to make it my home. I've been in many countries around the world, and lots of the times I didn't feel safe. But when I came to Thailand, felt safe straight away. Anyone that comes to visit me comments on how safe it is. So if you want a safe country, come to Thailand. The food's good, the weather's good, the people are really friendly. It's a great place. So where are some of the most dangerous countries? Well, again, according to Google, some of my sleuthing and researching, we have North Korea. But then we don't really know, because not a lot of people are allowed to go to North Korea. This is just the information that comes out from people that didn't like it there. It does look very nice. It is a place I would like to visit, but it is very difficult to get permission to go, and you have to go with a tour group. Another dangerous country would be Afghanistan, which is in the Middle East, which is part of the Asian continent. And then we have Somalia, which is in Africa. And a lot of these countries are dangerous because of political instability, and there are very many wars there as well. Okay guys, so that's our video today about geography. I hope you learned something. It's always fun for me making these videos. I am a bit of a geography nerd. I grew up learning about different countries. I've lived in different countries. I've traveled quite a lot. So I do like to know where everything is. Where are all the people? Where's safe? Where's not safe? Okay? So as a small recap, we have 7 continents, we have 5 oceans, and we have 2 hemispheres. From the equator, we have the northern hemisphere, and we have the southern hemisphere. Okay? So if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Put it in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, click here, watch my other video, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff that everyone says, but it does really help. It's been my pleasure having you today. Teacher David will make another video for you soon. Tell me in the comments what you would like me to make a video about. Remember, English language related, so it could be a grammar point, it could be about specific vocabulary for different things. Let me know. I'm always interested to find out what people think. Okay, bye guys, see you next time.